for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work, getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's put in work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work, getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work. 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 Go to work.
What's going on, people? This is Evan LG Francis, aka Mr. Go to Working Man. This right here is one of my good friends, one of the hardest working men I know, head of HBK, aka Hard Bully Kennels, one of the fastest rising dog club / kennels in the Bay right now. My man Mike, what's going on? What you think for you even coming, bro? I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
So I know you. Tell the people who you are, what you do, and all that.
How you guys doing? My name is Michael, and I'm the CEO of Hard Bully Kennels. We are an American Bully Kennel Club that is based out of Richmond, California. Salute to Richmond and everybody from there.
Yep.
I myself am born and raised in San Francisco, but I'm residing out here in the East Bay now.
Yeah.
And you know, pretty much we just have our kennel out here, and it's something that I want to, you know, as far as it comes with the dogs, I want to show a positive reflection of the breed.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times they're stereotyped and they're classified as these mean, aggressive dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas with the right amount of love and affection, these dogs are actually amazing, loyal companions.
That's what I wanted to talk about anyway. This is one of the big things we're going to get at. What made you, in general, want to breed that specific breed? Because you just said it, right? It's that stigma. And you know, I got a pit bull too that I own, but it's similar because it's just that stigma. When as soon as they see something with that kind of face and that build, they get scared. So
a lot of people get scared, but it's all. So let me get into some of the history of the American Bully.
Please.
The breed really was originated back in the early 90s, about 1996. Okay. And what happened was you have the American Pit Bull, which helped to stem the American Bully, because it's two different classifications.
Okay.
So essentially what an American Bully is, it's a hybrid breed of Pit Bull that came along the lineage of the American Pit Bull and the English Bulldog. So it's kind of a hybrid mix.
Gotcha.
Where it takes all the great features from both breeds into one. So you have the great temperament of the English Bulldog, as well as the, you know, those strong, stocky shoulders and elbows, and the amazing, you know, structure of the Pit Bull all in one. But the reason why I like the breed is because it tones the breed down a little bit in terms of that aggressiveness,
right? And
it becomes a more family-oriented dog that still has drive, and that you know, is still that amazing family companion dog, you know. But I mean, as you can see, when you look at Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac, man.
That boy is, he's quite the specimen.
And like you said, the temperament, that's what I really, really like when you brought Isaac. And I've known Isaac for a little bit now and a couple of other dogs that you brought around. Their temperaments are really good, right?
They are. You know, I trust Isaac 120%.
Okay.
You know, I have a baby on the way, actually. It's going to be born in February, towards the end of February. And I trust Isaac 120% to be around my newborn child.
Yeah.
You know, here at Hard Bully Kennels, that's what I strive for, is to produce a family-oriented dogs so that they can be around our children. Right. They can be, you know, around people. Yeah. But that also is the socialization that you need to have when it comes to your own family dog or when you're having a kennel, because that's what you want to produce. You know, you want to give.
Good point.
The affection, the attention, all the necessities that dogs need, because they are living and breathing, and just like a child, you have to give them the time and that effort towards them.
And I always tell people too, not just with bullies, but in that pit bull family in general, what my feeling is, because I've had a few, My feeling is that it's not really the dog. A lot of the time it's the owner and what is instilled in the dog, right?
Exactly, Evan. You know, you can know a lot about a dog by the way that the owner treats them. You're right. And vice versa. You can tell a lot about the owner by the way he treats his dog.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
And here, you know, in my camp, my kids are very active with the dogs. They help me to put water in their bowls. They help me take them for walks. They help me at the dog shows. They're also junior handlers.
Yeah.
Shout out to my daughter, Bethany, and my son, Israel, who always help me out with the dogs and give me their best effort. And especially my wife, Margarita. She's my right-hand man when it comes to the dogs, helping me with the puppies and the feedings and, you know, just letting them out in the morning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, you know, because I wake up early to go to work at 4 a.m. and sometimes it's hard for me. So it's a collective team effort, bro. Right. You know, and I couldn't do it without my family.
Yeah. And that's very important to you too, right? Is to have a family ran business.
Yes,
right?
But you also want that equal balance. Yeah. You know, because I love the dogs. I'm passionate about the dogs, but I love my family too. Yeah. And I'll always be number one. Yeah. But, you know, the dogs have brought a lot of great love and passion and joy to our family. From the trophies that our dogs have won to all the ribbons. I'm very proud of not just my family, but my dogs as well. Yeah. I'm very, very proud.
So talk about, we're talking about the shows and all that stuff, but before you get to the shows, before you get to the awards, there's a process. This isn't an overnight thing, right? So what's your process? What's the grind like to make something like this?
So a lot of people, they have it in their mind that this is a get rich quick scheme. Yeah. And it's not. Right. You know, a lot of breeders will tell you that it takes a lot of hard work, dedication, you know, and a lot more of hard work and dedication on top of the hard work and dedication that you put in. Right. Because, you know, you're not going to get rich overnight in this game. No lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And anything you do, you have to have the right building blocks to continue to build on what you're doing. Yeah. And that comes with having the right dogs. It comes with networking with the right people. You know, like for instance, I have a couple people that I like to shout out. Go ahead. DJ from Unified Bullies, who has helped me in the show ring, and has been a genuine person, as well as my homie from Snubnose Burn. Man, he helped me get into the game as well. Okay. And also my boy from Full Fledged Kennels, Carlos. He's the one that actually that I bought Isaac from. Yeah. Okay. But going back to your question, you know, in this game, you have to remember, you know, these are living, breathing animals. Very true. Very true. You have to pick up countless amount of dog poop. Yeah. You know, I don't know how many times I had those doubters where sometimes even your own family and blood are like, oh, you're just throwing away money in the toilet. Yeah. Why are you doing that? But it's like, you know what? I have my vision. I have my goals. And sometimes you just have to have that tunnel vision. Yeah. So every time I'm picking up dog poop, every time I'm filling up the water bowls for the dogs, every time I'm making sure they're fed right, having the kennels clean, you know, it's a lot of work. Yeah. What, you think you're just gonna buy a dog and then get rich? Yeah. You know, it takes time to get to that level. From the marketing aspect to the promotion of your dogs. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that if you're gonna put your all into that meal that you have to have him represent your kennel, you want to make sure that he's amazing from every aspect. Right. And it takes time, you know, and we're probably realistically about 1.5 years out from where I see us. But even then, that's my short-term goal. Yeah. You know, long-term goal, we want to win a whole bunch of trophies and show rings. But my main concern is I want to breed happy and healthy dogs. Yeah. And family-oriented dogs. That's really my goal. But you know, it'll come in time. It'll come in time. It'll come in time.
That's a great way to look at things. That's a great outlook in general. Like I said, because I know it takes a ton of work. Because just for me owning a dog, I know that. But for you, because you produce them, You clean up after them. You take care of them. You're training them for shows. You're doing all these things.
Veterinary bills.
That's not a joke either.
Financially, you know, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you have to consider that every time you take them to the vet, it's probably going to cost you $120 to $150.
That's insane. Yeah.
Plus the dog food.
Yeah.
I don't feed my dogs cheap dog food. I give them a Victor Premium Blend. It's about $52 a bag.
Whew.
You know, and I also give them a supplement called Dine that goes on top of their food in a drizzle. And I also supplement coconut oil too, because it's good for their coat, for the shine. It's good for their hygiene, their breath, and their digestive system.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But it's definitely it's an expensive hobby.
I believe it. I believe it. And so what is the thing for you that you believe like is your main motivator in general, like for doing the business? What made you want to start it? What made you want to go?
You know what?
Like, this is what
I've always had pit bulls growing up.
Okay.
You know, all my life I had them, and one day I was at my wife's dad's house, and her brother-in-law came over, and he had these beautiful 2 American Bully puppies in his hand. And from that day, I told my wife, I was going crazy about it. I said, babe, we got to get a bully. And at the time, we were living in a small apartment in Richmond.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So then she had a connection. Actually, Carmani, him and our son grew up together. And his dad was a big time breeder. And he had Isaac for sale.
Yeah.
So we kept on being persistent, and we eventually had gotten Isaac. Next thing you knew, we had 5 American Bullies in our small apartment. Of how it started.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. We right by Kennedy High. We were living in the manor right there.
So you was right in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we was right there across that liquor store, that yellow one right there in the corner.
Brothers Liquors.
Yep. We was right there. We lived right across the street.
Yep. I live right across the street from there, 38th and Wall. South 38th.
So we was right there, and you know, when the dogs would go out to pee on the balcony, we were on the 2nd floor. Sometimes the pee would drip down, and the neighbors would get upset. So you know, we've come a long way. You know, now we live in Hercules in a pretty big house.
Yeah.
We're very blessed, and the dogs have been a big part of that success.
Yeah.
So.
And you attribute that, because I wanted to talk about that too. That's a great segue. Coming from where you came from in Richmond, it's a lot of folks that like younger than us, older than us, that have never seen outside of that city, outside of the walls, right? So what is your advice for somebody who wants to kind of follow in what your footsteps are, that are, you made some big strides?
This is my advice. Just like the American Bullies, people growing up in urban neighborhoods, whether it's San Francisco, whether it's Richmond, whether it's Oakland, we got that same stereotype, Evan.
Yep.
We got that same stereotype. Oh, he ain't never gonna make it.
Yep.
Oh, he's a Latino male with tattoos.
Yep.
Oh, he's a black man, regardless.
In general.
Whatever. You know, and he could be Chinese, white, whatever.
Yeah,
but if you're coming from those areas, a lot of the harder neighborhoods, you're not expected to go anywhere.
Yeah.
What my advice to the people is, and to especially the young youth, stay true to your heart and your vision.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody knock you for what your heart and your mind want to do.
Right.
Because if you believe in yourself, you can do anything.
Yeah, that's real.
You can do anything.
Yep.
And if you believe in your product and your brand, in what you're doing, and you rep your brand just like we both had, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And you believe in it and you work every day on it, you're gonna see results.
No, that's no lie.
You're gonna see results. And that's the most, that's the best thing I can say is stay true to yourself, stay true to your vision, and don't let anybody knock you for it, because it's not their vision, it's yours.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a shirt exchange.
Man, we're gonna have to.
Something like that. I need one of those.
We definitely gonna have to.
I need one of those so I can be up here with the,
Hell yeah. And you already got your mascot in Isaac.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Big Isaac, man.
He right there.
Yeah, for real. And this is what I was really curious about too, Mike. Like with dogs in general, because I know for a fact, because I've done a little bit of research and then experience. I know people do better in life with the companion, like
that's true.
With the dog, right? Like I know a lot of, because you're fortunate enough to be married already. A lot of folks, they belong. A lot of folks die of loneliness.
That's a good point.
And so having a companion, right, really helps out and really helps people's health and stuff.
It does.
What do you think is the top selling point that somebody should get them a bully?
You know what? I would say that as soon as they see my dogs and they see how well they interact with their family or their kids, they fall in love.
Gotcha.
One of my best friends, Jimmy, you know, we actually met because of Isaac.
Yeah.
We were walking Isaac on Pier 39, and Jimmy came up to us and he fell in love. And to this day, we're best friends.
Yeah.
And Isaac just had a litter that dropped November 3rd.
Really?
And he came to see the puppies, and he's like, oh my God, if this dog opens up his eyes and he's got 2 different color eyes just like Isaac, I'm falling in love, and we have to have this dog.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, if you were to just spend a day with him, you know what I mean, and realize, like, you know, what dogs are not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most
But
definitely.
like they say, exercise is the fountain of youth.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And a lot of times in that correlation where, you know, let's say you had a dog for a long time and then you also bought another dog. Those dogs grew up together. And if one of those dogs were to pass away, sometimes the other dog doesn't always make it because he's so used to having that companion.
Yep. That's very true.
And, you know, they're great dogs to have by your side.
Yeah.
You know, not really the best guard dogs, I'd say.
Oh,
because
man.
they're more show dogs.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I have some bullies that I probably wouldn't jump my fence if I were you.
Everybody like is kind of afraid of my dog, like when they first see her, but then they don't realize, like, okay, unless you're like breaking into the house, if I let you in there, she's pretty much like, oh, come in, you know, come in. So they're like super friendly dogs anyway by nature.
Definitely, and also you also get to learn your dog's tendencies.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell when, you know, my dogs are a little bit in distress or, you know, they all have different personalities.
Right.
It's a trip. It trips me out. You know, Isaac is my most friendly dog that I have, that I can trust 100%, that I know he's just in chill mode. Yeah. 100% of the time. Yeah. Playboy, sometimes he still has that pit bull lineage in him where he's a little bit more dog aggressive sometimes. And I've also had Vita, who sometimes picks and chooses who she decides to like and not. Yeah. But you know what they say, Evan?
What's that?
If your dog is growling at somebody, it's something that they're telling you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And a lot of times my dogs aren't right, are not wrong.
Yeah.
On that, you know, and they're just giving you a heads up sometimes.
Good judge of character.
Good judgment of character. They got that sixth sense.
Yeah.
They do.
Most definitely. For you, because we were talking about the beginning. Now we're going to talk about what you've been doing. You've been doing a lot of shows, getting a lot of ribbons, doing a whole bunch of stuff because you did the process right. And the reason why I really wanted you on the show too, besides the fact that we're friends and everything, is the fact that you're somebody who does this responsibly and you care about your dogs.
Definitely. You know, if you ever were to buy a dog from me, you ain't gonna have, it's not gonna have fleas. It's gonna be up to date on its vaccines. Yeah. And it's gonna be a dog that's coming from someone that had loved and nurtured it and then gave it into your hands and trusted in you to take care of that dog in a responsible manner and to be able to provide for it. Yeah. You know, again, like these dogs are also like my kids. Yeah. You know,
and that's the thing.
I'm there from day one, from when they're born all the way up to the point where they're ready to go to their new homes. Yeah. You know, and it's a lot of work and a lot of time and dedication that goes into it, Evan. A lot.
And over the past year, man, I know that you've been doing a lot of shows, winning a lot of awards. So tell us about that, man. You've been doing a lot.
You know, we've actually been showing Playboy a lot.
Okay.
We were down in San Jose at the Invade the Bay show there. He took second place in the Best American Pocket Bully Standard. Then he followed that up by our last show that we were in Woodland. And he took second place Best Exotic. Okay. And he also took second place Best American Pocket Bully Standard again.
He's killing it.
He's killing it. Yeah. He's got man, like 3 trophies at the house, whole bunch of ribbons. So he's still new to the shows, but he's getting better. And I think come next year, you're gonna see a lot more first place ribbons and first place trophies coming from him. He's definitely our number 1 show dog that we have.
The star of the show.
He's the star of the show. Okay. He's the star of the show, definitely.
Okay. Most definitely.
So, you know, and the way that the shows are, you know, put together, it's a lot of competition out there.
I believe it.
You know, it's a lot. There's a lot of people doing a great job out there with their dogs. And come showtime, you know, it's very well, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Is it all Northern California competition, or are you getting people from SoCal?
You're getting people from SoCal, you're getting people from Texas, you're getting people from North Carolina, Atlanta. This is a very big, growing
community.
It's community. It's also international. Actually, Isaac's dad sold to Korea. You know what I mean? His dad is in Korea. Playboy's dad is in China.
Wow.
You know, so we got some stars, you know what I mean? We got some stars, and you know, I like to say that I got the Simbas from the Mufasas, you know what I mean? Passing down the torch. So, you know, and it's a trip, because if you look at his eyes, he's got two different colors.
I seen it. I peeped it.
And my daughter, you know, when we were coming to name Isaac, I'm like, baby, what do you want to name him? She goes, I want to name him Isaac because his eyes are sick. So we just, we took it and we went with that. So, you know.
That's a smart name. Shout out to you for the smart name.
Yep.
Shout out to you.
Yep. So Bethany killed it right there on the name.
Shout out to Bethany.
Because that's a big thing too. Finding the right names for the dogs. Yeah. It's
That's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
And you know, actually, you know, with the dogs, it reminds me of you and my best friend Jimmy. He banged up a good point, because he's like, the dogs remind him of this show that he was watching with the bodybuilders, because a lot of the bodybuilders go into the shows, and it's the same thing with the dogs. And you bring up a good correlation. I'm like, you know what, you're kind of right, because in a sense, it's the same thing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Very similar. Very similar when you think about it.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah, and so I know for sure too, because you said it. You started this yourself. Now you expanding all over the Bay, man. So
Definitely.
Give me a little.
We expanded. I have my right hand man, HBK Tone. He's out of Richmond, California.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Tone.
Big Tone, man. He came into the kennel game with me and picked up one of my productions off of my Vita daughter, my phenom daughter Vita. Okay. I bred her to Crimes. He picked up one of my daughters from there. He picked up the first pick female, and he's doing a great job with her. Okay. You'll see her a little bit later on.
Okay.
You know, he's been there. He's been actively helping me with the dogs. Have been there with the shows with me for the setup.
Yeah.
You know, and in full support. Yeah. You know, he's rocked the gear. He's been everything a partner could ask for.
Yeah.
And then I also got HBK Nino repping out of the 209 Stockton area.
Stockton.
It's funny because I actually met Nino at a gas station of all places.
Man.
Who would have known? So we was actually coming back from the dog show from the Bakersfield show. Okay. So we were coming back from that show. My daughter wanted some chips. I didn't even want to stop at the gas station. And we ended up stopping at the gas station, and I saw Nino, and he was peeping my dogs from the back, because he was, you know, putting gas or whatever. And then he came up to me, and we started talking. He actually ended up picking up Vita from me, and we just clicked. And from there, you know, we got a strong partnership. Yeah. And the cool thing is, he lives in Stockton. He's got 750 acres down there. So he's got a lot of land. Yeah. And
connection.
You know, he works on a farm out there, and he's a genius when it comes to the medicine and the dogs. So he's a big time pickup for our camp. Yeah. You know what I mean? Representing us down there in Stockton. I got HBK Sacktown. Jesse, shout out to you.
Shout out, Sack.
We just did a breeding.
Okay.
That should be dropping in around Christmas. Actually, we'll have Christmas puppies.
Have some Christmas puppies.
Playboy the bougie. So that's gonna be a cool breeding. And then I got my other kennel partner, HBK Mike out of San Leandro. He's got his tri-female Chica out there, who will also be going to Playboy. Just waiting for her to come in the heat. Okay. And everybody's been instrumental, man. You know, again, shout out to Nino, because we also have some alternative logos for HBK that he designed himself and took upon initiative. Okay. The one thing I found, Evan, is like, while doing this and being in this dog game, you know, I picked my team according to people that weren't waiting on me to make moves. Boom. That took initiative.
Boom.
You know what I mean? You have your casting crew that are doing an amazing job, who hooked me up and mic'd me up. you don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
They take that initiative, and when it comes to me and the setup, all my guys are there for the setup. My guys are there for the shows. We even have a text group chat line that we talk to each other in. You know what I mean? And that's something that I introduced, and we're there for each other. We're a family, so it strengthens us, and it helps tighten up our core. Yeah, definitely.
And that's a big thing, because nobody accomplishes big empire type things by themselves no more. It takes pieces.
It's a team effort. It's definitely a team effort. Also, shout outs to my photographer Cheeto Floriano from the HBK gang. Yeah. That's one of my carnals. You know, I appreciate him too, because he's also been out there filming us and doing a lot of the photography that we have for Hard Bully Kennels.
Yeah, man, you're doing your thing, and that's what I'm really like impressed and excited about. A couple more questions. What is your advice to somebody who wants to get into the game, who wants to, because you, like you said, you started from the bottom, so you've seen it.
Yeah. So my advice is, coming into the game, like I said, follow your heart. But if you're new and you getting into the game, start off with a female. Yeah. Start off with a female and take her to a well-known male. I'm not being biased, but I'm not being biased, but either Isaac or Playboy. Right. And then
one of them, yes.
And then go from there. Yeah. Because then you produce your own from the start. Right. You're not going out and promoting other people's dogs. Yeah. You're promoting something that you produce. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's the biggest advice I can give to somebody coming up in the game. Don't start off with a male. Don't start off with try not to even start off with a puppy. Yeah. Try to start off with an older female that you can take directly to a dope male. Yeah. And go from there and build. Okay. You know what I mean? Go from there and build. Surround yourself with people that are humble and that are willing to help you out, because you're going to have a lot of questions when you first coming into it. No lie. A lot of questions. And a lot of people, there were some people that helped me and there are some people that weren't. Because at a certain point you do become competition. Yep. You know what I mean? But again, like I've been blessed with good people in my corner, from Unified Bullies all the way to Snub Nose. And much appreciated today. Yeah, bro.
Because I'm telling you, killing it, and I really respect you, man, because you keep it positive. So I really like that.
And that's what we're about. Yeah. Positivity. We don't want any drama in our kennel. Yeah. You know what I mean? We don't want drama. Period. We're not here for that. Yeah. We're here to promote a positive reflection for ourselves and the dogs. Gotcha. And that's it. A family-oriented kennel out of Richmond, California.
I love it, man. So. Where can the people find you if they want to see Playboy Isaac get a puppy or check, check them out? Yeah. How do they get in touch with you? Where do they see
They can follow us via Instagram at Hard Bully Kennels, and you just enter that name into the search tab, and I myself will pop up as well as our kennel partners. So it's pretty easy to find us there. We're also on Facebook. Okay. You can find us on Hard Bully Kennels on there. So
you got a whole system going on.
Definitely, and definitely, and a lot of the times the dogs really sell themselves. Yes, they do. Just by people seeing them. I've met so many great people in my life just because of the dogs. Yeah. And I'm very grateful, very, very grateful.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. So you guys, if I tell you to, holler at somebody about something, I'm pretty credible or reputable about these things. Hard Bully Kennels, man, that's where you need to go to get your pups, man. Where you need to go to get your dogs, for your family, for you, for anybody you already know. I gotta thank my man Mike, man, because you didn't have to come, but you did. Can we get this big man in the shot real quick?
Yeah.
In the camera
let me get him real quick.
Yeah, bring him on over. Tell the people about him. You know what I'm saying? And how old he is and all that. Look at him, big man, big Isaac.
So this is Isaac, y'all.
Yo.
This right here is a very special dog to me. This is my Pharaoh son. Yeah. And unfortunately, Pharaoh passed away in Korea when he was out there, and this is the last we have left of him. And it's a passing of a torch, from Mufasa to Simba. Yeah. And this boy is ready for his time. Yeah. And his time is now. And I couldn't be more proud of him. And he's got a breeding to do later on today at about 5 o'clock. Shout out to Backdoor Kennels.
Oh, he's already ready for a date and everything.
This boy is ready to go. Yeah. His stud fee is about $1,500 right now. We call him the king of elbows. The way he dispositions himself.
Yeah.
His temperament, as you can see, he's just a straight. He's just a straight teddy bear and a beast at the same time.
Very beautiful dog. Very well tempered. Very everything, man.
Yep.
So we gotta thank Mike once again. We gotta thank Isaac, Hard Bully Kennels. You know what to do. Check these guys out. Treat each other well. Be nice to each other, guys. And as usual, eat healthy, speak healthy, live healthy. Go to work.
Go to work.
You know. Hard Bully Kennels, my man Isaac. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime.
For real, bro.
Thank you for having us.
Big man.